Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Georgia and today I'm going to be watching episodes 2 and 3 of Never Let Me Go. In the first episode, we were introduced to our main characters and I feel like they set the story really well. We've got a good insight into what is expected of Nuengdiao and Palm in their respective roles. Obviously Nuengdiao's father got murdered, so he is the heir to his hotel business, but in the interim his mother is going to be the CEO and lead the company because Nuengdiao is not ready yet, but she's worried that he's in danger, so she asked their right hand man Chanon to hire a bodyguard for him that can be with him at all times. So he has brought his son into it, and it's interesting what Chanon said to Palm when he told him to be the bodyguard. He said, "You wouldn't have a life if it wasn't for this family. We owe them so much," or something like that. Considering that Chanon has worked for Nuengdiao since he was a child, it's funny how Nuengdiao and Palm have never met, so I really want to know more about Palm and Chanon's backstory, how involved he is in his son's life, because if he's like a live-in servant for Nuengdiao and his family, that must mean that Chanon and Palm are quite estranged. So Palm is now enrolled in the school and he fit in a lot better than Nuengdiao does because he's on a similar level in terms of class as the rest of the students, and they didn't really get off on a good foot. Nuengdiao was very cold towards him. He was annoyed that he was following him everywhere, and I think that's because his mum didn't tell him about it, and he feels like his mum doesn't trust him because he's supposed to grow up and be the CEO, but his mum has got this boy tailing him everywhere and it's as if she doesn't think he can live on his own, so he's a bit annoyed about that. But then at the end it got so wholesome because he was trying to think of a favour from Palm because Palm owed him, and he said, "I don't need a bodyguard, I need a friend." Oh my god, that really took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting him to say that, and I mean it's true, he has no friends and everyone needs friends, so hopefully Palm can fulfill that for him before they become boyfriends, you know. I had to miss last week's episode because Christmas preparations were on full force in this household, but now I've got a double episode to watch and I'm very excited. I've been avoiding Twitter like the plague. I've been listening to the OST on repeat though. Christmas songs went out the window this year and I've just been listening to the Never Let Me Go OST. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to Never Let Me Go, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoy and let's get into episode 2. That is way too much for one person. That could literally feed all of them.
กลัวคุณหนูจะหิว
แล้วปานิชจะทำอาหารเพิ่มทำไมอ่ะมึงดูบนโต๊ะสิของเยอะแยะไปหมด
You need to be the one to tell her that, because she'll only listen to you.
มึงมานั่งกินกับกูมา
ไม่เป็นไรดีกว่าครับเดี๋ยวผมไปกินในครัวก็ได้
ไม่อยากกินเป็นเพื่อนกูนายบอกว่าจะทำตามที่กูสั่งไง
I love how he wields his power over him whenever he has to.
ไม่เห็นจะยากอะไรเลย
Oh dear.
จะมานั่งกินอะไรตรงนี้
อย่าไปว่าเขาเลยผมเป็นคนบอกให้เขามากินกับผมเอง
ผมว่ามันดูไม่เหมาะนะครับคุณหนึ่ง
You should all have breakfast in here. And he's left all alone again.
ชวนมึงก็ต้องรู้จักปฏิเสธเป็นสิวะอย่าให้กูเห็นอีกนะ
It all feels so bittersweet. Yeah.
เดี๋ยวก็ไปโรงเรียนสายหรอก
แค่คุณธัญญาฝากให้ปาล์มมาเรียนห้องเดียวกันกับคุณหนึ่งเนี่ยแค่นี้ผมก็ซาบซึ้งใจมากแล้วครับไม่อยากจะรบกวนอะไรอีกแล้ว
I honestly don't think she's gonna give a crap whether he gets the bus or goes in a car.
เผิงโหยวตัวนี้แปลว่าเพื่อนนะครับเก่งมากครับเผินเถ่า
God, he probably doesn't know any Mandarin, does he? Oh, when he's gonna get picked.
ภาษาจีนหรือว่าเรียนภาษาจีนมาก่อนหรือเปล่าครับ
ไม่เคยเลยครับ
ต้องมาเรียนคลาสนี้ได้ยังไงเนี่ยมีเกินกว่ากุยเปี้ยนป่ะเผิงโหยว
Hopefully he's nice. I'm worried he's gonna be evil because he's the uncle's spawn.
ตีกูก็ทำประมงจับปลาอะไรเงี้ย
จับปลาเลยเหรอ
Gosh, people are gonna start asking questions on how he got here.
เอาเป็นว่าถ้ามึงอยากถามอะไรกูหรือว่ามึงไม่เข้าใจมึงถามกูได้ตลอดเลยนะ
I wonder what the dynamic is between Chopper and Nuengdiao, because they don't seem to hang out. I wonder if there's bad blood between them two. How did that happen? Has he at the bottom of his bag, Cole? Oh my gosh, his face. Oh, who cuts the bottom of someone's bag? That's a new one.
มึงแน่ใจใช่ปะว่ามึงไม่ได้ทำอะไรให้ใครเขาเกลียดอ่ะ
Don't victim blame, excuse me.
มึงจะได้รู้ว่าใครทำ
Imagine. It must be so hard for Palm as well. He doesn't really know what to do. He's supposed to be his friend. He can't really like his father expects him to act as a bodyguard and protect him and act like his servant, but he can't do that at school without attracting suspicion, and also Nuengdiao doesn't want that either. It must be so hard to know your place.
น้องเองแล้วมึงจะไปเสียงเดียวเลยให้คนอื่นเขาช่วยบ้างเนี่ยมันไม่ตายหรอก
Not when you're someone that has it all the time. He barely does anything for himself.
ให้กูเป็นเพื่อนสนิทมึงปะล่ะเป็นให้ได้นะจะมีเวลา
I
ตั้ง
really like him.
มึงอยากได้อะไรมึงก็บอกมาอยากให้คุยกับผอ.หรือของงบเพิ่มเนี่ยมึงพูด
He
มาเลย
can't trust anyone. It's so sad.
ถ้ามึงไม่อยากเป็นเพื่อน
I trust
กูอะ
him.
มึงก็บอกกูดีๆก็ได้ไม่ต้องมองว่ากูมาช่วยมึงเพื่อหาผลประโยชน์หรอกคือว่าแบบนี้มันโคตรแย่เลยเก็บไปคิดแล้วกันนะเดี๋ยวกูส่งรายละเอียดให้ไปก่อนนะเจอกัน
The love square is forming here.
ผึงโย
ผังโย
What do the numbers mean?
โยไม่ใช่โย
ผึง
Oh,
โย
is it like tones?
เสียงสามภาษาจีนที่ผมไม่เอกภาษาไทยจำความรู้สึกนี้ไว้นะผังโย
Who cares about the Mandarin now?
จำได้ครับผึงโย
Does it feel different when you say different
ผึงโย
things?
ผังโย
ผึงโย
Pengyo.
ผึงโย
หนึ่งเดียว
หนึ่ง
He just won't say his name.
บอกว่าจะเป็นเพื่อนกูอะชื่อกูมึงยังไม่เรียกเลย
ก็อยู่ที่โรงเรียนอ่ะผมเป็นเพื่อนให้คุณหนูได้ครับ แต่ถ้าเกิดอยู่ที่เนี่ยผมก็เป็นคนใช้เหมือนเดิมไงครับให้เรียกคุณหนูอ่ะผมก็ทำได้ แต่ว่าผมขอเรียกคุณหนึ่งแทนละกันผมถนัดแบบนี้มากกว่า
I guess it's something.
มึงมาหาว่ากูดื้อเนี่ยมึงแม่งดื้อชิบหายเลยไหนมีคำศัพท์อะไรอีกมาได้ยัง
I feel like there was so much emphasis on friendship in that scene because that's them like setting the boundaries for their friendship. Like he said, I can be your friend at school, but I have to be your servant at home, and they've come up with a new name for him to call him. And it all started with him teaching him how to say friend in Chinese, and it's basically they're having to set the terms for their own friendship in that scene as well.
ผมขอโทษครับอย่าทำอะไรผมเลยครับเฮ้ยอย่าทำอะไรผมเลยครับ
Oh my god, are you gonna punish him right in front of your son? Nah. Okay, it's just a
นิ้วมือ
threat.
มึงหมดกูก็เอานิ้วตีนมึงต่อ
ผมขอโท
จาก
ษครับ
การ
People are sick. I thought that was his finger.
ใครที่ควรจะเป็นหัวหน้าตระกูลนี้นะเว้ย ก็คือกูหรือไม่ก็มึงช็อปเปอร์
ผมไม่ได้อยากได้นี่ครับผมภูมิใจที่จะสร้างด้วยตัวเองมากกว่า
As if you want your son to have it. If you lost out to your son, you'd be pissed as well. But, okay, maybe he's not a bad guy. Chopper, that is. Because he says he doesn't want it. That gives me hope. Oh, I just hope his father doesn't end up poisoning him with this mindset. And if, like, his jealousy over Ben doesn't get too strong, so I'm worried about that too.
ก็ถูกมองว่าเป็นความล้มเหลวที่ไม่ได้เรื่อง ชีวิตมันต้องแข่งขันตลอดเว้ยช็อปเปอร์
If that's how you want to view it.
ที่ผมไม่มีพี่น้องอะผมเลยไม่ต้องแข่งกับใคร
มึงต้องแข่งกับหนึ่งเดียวไง
You're pushing that agenda on him though.
ผมไม่ได้อยากเป็นศัตรูกับเขาเนี่ยครับ
Oh,
แล้ว
yes,
เราก็
okay,
มี
I
ทางที่
stand
จะได้
him.
สมบัติของเขาด้วย
เพราะถ้าไม่มีสองคนนั้นนะ
You're just throwing stuff like that out on your son. I really hope he's the one that takes him down.
ว่าปาล์มเนี่ยไม่ต้องเรียนว่ายน้ำหรอกเขาโตมากับทะเลเขาเนี่ยแหละต้องสอนผม
Eh.
จริงด้วยน้ำเนี่ยนะก็ใช้ได้ตลอดเลย ทิ้งไว้ก็ไม่มีใครใช้ แล้วก็พวกคลาสเรียน
So he can swim in the middle of the night if he likes without worrying about his dad telling
ไป
him
เรียน
off.
เป็นเพื่อนหนึ่งด้วย
ขอบคุณครับ
ถึงแม่ไหมเนี่ย
He's such a menace.
แทนก็ได้ครับ พระเอกกับเราอ่ะ ได้ แต่ต้องทำเพิ่มเป็น2 เท่านะ
He's so nice. I love him. I just love nice people. What's the betting he doesn't have to do it?
ไม่ต้อง
Oh
เข้าไปได้เลย
no! Treat him
แต่ผมว่าสายเป็นคน
equally.
อื่นนะ
ไม่เป็นไร เธอเข้าไปเลย
Nuengdiao should just get down and do it though.
แต่เป็นประธานนักเรียนเนี่ยเราก็ไม่ได้คุยกันเลยนะ
Oh, they
สง
were
สัยตำแหน่งเนี่ยลืม
friends.
เพื่อนเก่ามั้งใจแต่พวกอะไรนะหุ้นบิตคอยอะไรพวกนี้ปะ
He really wants to make it on his own.
กูเห็นมึงคุยกับมันน่ะแล้วมึงเห็นได้ไงอ่ะมึงแอบตามดูกูปะเนี่ย
A bit like how you noticed Nuengdiao playing piano at the Christmas party.
ไม่แต่ชื่อพ่อมันเป็นคนบริจาคของใช่ปะแต่มันไม่เคยอวดไม่เคยเบ่งกับใครเลยนะเว้ย
If only people could view him like he does.
ที่มึงไปตีสนิทกับมันเพราะต้องการอะไรจากมันหรือเปล่า
He's asking him that too. It's so
จริงใจที่ไม่ต้
insulting.
องหวังผลตอบแทนก็ได้นะเว้ยเพราะมันคิดแบบนี้แหละมั้งกูกับมึงยังไม่สนิทกันอีกอะ
ความมืดอ่ะ ไม่น่ากลัวหรอกครับ ถ้าเรามีสติพร้อมจะสู้อ่ะ ก็ไม่มีอะไรน่ากลัวทั้งนั้น
ขี้อวดเหมือนกันนะมึงอะ
I want to know so much about his backstory.
กูอยากดูอะ
แล้วคุณหนู คุณหนึ่งจะไม่ลงมาไหว้ด้วยจริงๆหรอครับ
ดูเฉยๆเพื่อจะได้เรียนรู้อะไรจากมึง
Okay then. How awkward is that? Oh, he just watched him swim and now he's gonna watch him play piano. Oh my
เพื่อน
god.
นายนี่เก่งนะโหดีจัง แอบสนใจเราปะเนี่ยหึ
Didn't know how to say no there.
เหยียบเท้า
ระวังนะ เดี๋ยวเจ็บ ได้ปะ
ได้ครับได้
Oh no! I mean, I love the jealousy, but it just shows Nuengdiao sitting on his own in a corner again, and it's a reminder that he's so lonely.
ก็ถ้าเขารับกูก็จะมาตอนกูว่างอะ
I think it'd be good for him to do that.
กูชอบเวลาที่เห็นคนอื่นมีความสุข
Same.
แต่ผมว่าคุณหนึ่งก็ดูมีความสุขนะครับ เวลาที่ได้เล่นเปียโนอ่ะ
นี่มึงสังเกตกูด้วยเหรอ นึกว่าสนใจแต่แม็กกี้
Do you not see him staring at you for like 10 minutes? What are you gonna say to that? Oh gosh.
ทำไรอ่ะ
เฮ้ยปาล์ม
He really is prepared for a fight. Yo! Why do you have one of those?
ปาล์ม
Oh god.
โอเคเปล่า
Now there's a target on his back too.
โรตีสายไหมครับ เคยกินไหม
ไม่เคยครับแต่อยากลอง งั้นผมเหมาหมดเลยนะ
ไม่ต้อง
Oh.
เดี๋ยวลุงให้ฟรีเลย ถือเป็นค่าตอบ
No, he can afford it.
ลุงผมอยากช่วย
ครับครับ ขอบคุณ ขอบคุณ
This show just found my sweet spot. Look at him counting his money. Oh, I love watching people help people. It's my favorite thing. Like Nuengdiao just said, what makes me happy is seeing others happy. I relate to that so hard. And then also Palm said he hates seeing people be bullied, especially people who are weak and aren't in a position to defend themselves. The show is hitting my personality so hard with lines like that.
เพิ่งต่อยกับเขามานี่
Eats it anyway.
อร่อยอ่ะ ทำไมไม่เคยกินเลยอ่ะ
Probably because it's cheap.
ลุงม้วนให้ไหม
ไม่เป็นไรครับ ผมมีคนม้วนให้ละ
Is this like a what's the word? A metaphor. He said your hands aren't clean and then he ate it anyway. And I feel like that's kind of like representative of how Palm is dirty, like lower class, and Nuengdiao eating it anyway. It just shows how he doesn't care about class and what status people have in life.
เอาไหม
ไม่เป็นไรครับคุณหนึ่ง
ทำไม
He bought the whole stock. You can eat.
อร่อยไหม
อร่อยครับ
อย่าบอกกูบอกคุณลุง
อร่อยครับคุณลุง
Aww. The smirk again. He's such a devil child.
พอดีมีคำถามเรื่องศัพท์ภาษาจีนอะ
Death glare.
เบนประธานนักเรียน ส่วนนี้ไอ้ปาล์มเด็กใหม่ที่เพิ่งย้ายมา
God, he's not even giving him a smile. I can't tell if this is a jealousy thing or like a protective thing.
จะบอกได้นะ งั้นเดี๋ยวไปก่อนนะ
Well, that was a weird interaction. Now I'm worried. Has he heard him say something bad about him?
เป็นคนเดียวที่เข้ามาคุยดีกับกู แล้วก็เป็นคนที่ชวนกูเข้าไปทำงานที่สโมสรด้วย
เขาไว้ใจได้ใช่ไหมครับ
ไว้ใจได้ กูว่ากูมองคนไม่ผิดหรอก
Oh, so do I. Don't make me doubt Ben.
มันจะมารังแกคนหนึ่ง
Okay, he's just doubtful. He hasn't heard him say something before.
เกิดอะไรขึ้นอ่ะ
เดี๋ยวค่อยคุยกันที่บ้านก็ได้ครับ
Oh no,
Can I
something's
buy
happened. You need to learn how to say no to him.
โรงเรียนกูทุกวัน ไปขึ้นรถ
Oh, yes! Oh, is that the men? Right outside the school gates. Oh, jeez, he's still watching. Hmm.
แม่บอกว่าอยากให้ผมโต ให้สืบทอดกิจการต่อจากพ่อ แต่แม่ที่ผมเป็นเด็กเนี่ยนะ
Oh my gosh, he's calling her out on that
อย่าง
already.
เงี้ยผมคงจะพร้อมอะ
I like that this series doesn't feel like it's wasting any time.
ฉันไม่กลัวหรอกนะแต่ว่าลูกของฉันต้องไม่เป็นอะไร
You can't let anything happen to you either.
ฝากเธอดูแลหนึ่งเดียวให้ดี หนึ่งเดียวเขาเป็นคนใจดี เขาเป็นคนอ่อนไหวเกินเข้ามาหาเขาเนี่ยต้องการอะไรกันแน่ เธอต้องช่วย
He's already doing that doubt work for
ทั้
you.
งร่างกายและจิตใจไว้ใจเธอได้ใช่ไหม
He just proved he can do that.
ผมจะดูแลคุณหนึ่งเดียวให้ดีที่สุดครับ
Oh, you just heard her say that. Oh, oh. Be there for a friend whenever, wherever, whatever the circumstances. I love the theme of friendships in this episode. We started off with Palm and Nuengdiao addressing the terms of their friendship and how they're going to navigate being friends. They can't be friends all the time because Palm's father won't let them be friends. Like, in all honesty, I don't think that Tanya would mind Palm getting driven to school with them. I don't think she'd mind any of the, like, him sitting at the dinner table. Or at least I'd like to think that she wouldn't mind because, you know, she doesn't seem uptight in that way. She doesn't seem mean like that. I think it's all in Palm's father's head that he has to be a certain way. Maybe these are the rules that Nuengdiao's father had in place, where he treated them as like subhuman beings. I really think he should listen more because Nuengdiao is the new leader now. If he really cares about following his orders, he should just do what he wants, and Nuengdiao clearly wants everyone to be treated more fair. He doesn't like having to sit at the table on his own to eat his breakfast. He wants people to sit down with and socialise with, especially when he's getting so many dishes made for him that is way too much for him to eat. So it just makes sense to have other people eat with him. It's so sad in a way that he is holding them back like that because he feels he's not worthy to eat at the same table because that's what he's been led to believe, and now that things are changing he can't accept it, and he's so scared of getting into trouble. Things are changing and I hope that he can accept that and, you know, stop having a go at Palm for adhering to what Nuengdiao asks of him. And he told him at the start you need to find ways to say no to him, but he couldn't say no when he just told him at the end there that Palm should drive to and from school with them now. Like, it's hard to say no when it's your boss. But then we also have like the questionings of Ben, and we know now that Ben and Chopper were once friends but they grew apart because they have different interests, which is a bit odd. I feel like there must have been something that instigated that. My guess is that maybe Chopper realised he had feelings for Ben and then distanced himself because, you know, it's scary when you realise you have feelings for a friend, and if sexuality is going to be an issue in this show, like, it might have been hard for him to come to terms with his sexuality too. And because they were friends and they both seemed genuinely nice, like Chopper really exceeded my expectations. I thought he was going to be a little POS, but he's not. He's really nice. I really like him. So because they were friends once, it makes me think that Ben isn't expecting anything from Nuengdiao, and he genuinely likes him. Like, he has a crush on him. So I think he genuinely wants to be his friend and get close to him. So we don't really need to question him. But Palm obviously is taking on the protector role. He doesn't know him, he doesn't know anyone, so like he's viewing everyone under the lens that they pose a risk to Nuengdiao, because that is sadly what a lot of it is. He's getting bullied and no one is doing anything to protect him, so Palm is the protector and he has to, you know, second guess everyone because that's his job and no one else is doing that for him. We don't really know the extent of who is behind all of Nuengdiao's bullying. Like, there's those people that are openly bullies, and then there's also that guy, I can't remember his name, but the one that is acting like his friend, but he's also asked him to get an acceptance into university from him, so he's just using him. No one besides Ben seems genuine in my eyes, so I'm glad that Palm is here now to protect him if and when something arises. But as it stands going into the third episode, I love Ben, Chopper, Nuengdiao and Palm. Like, they are all amazing. I loved the scene, most specifically. I was really excited for the dancing scene because I love my jealousy. But my favourite scene was actually the scene on the street when Palm saved that old man, and then we got a little insight into both their personalities there, of how they truly feel. Like, they both seem like genuinely lovely people who want to help others. They were just sat there, they were both on the same level, just sat there on the street eating street food. There wasn't much of a like, oh, you're rich, I'm poor going on there. It just looked like two friends sitting down eating a meal together. And then, you know, the fact that they got to help that old man out of it as well was really nice. So that was probably my favourite scene of the episode. The Peng Yo scene was good too, though. Peng Yo. If there's any people that speak Mandarin watching, I sincerely apologise. I have about as much Mandarin training as Palm, so I'm bound to have got that wrong. Peng Yo. Peng Yo. I can't feel much of a difference in the vibration, so I don't really know what he was on about there. Peng Yo. Yo. There's less of a vibration if you go high, actually, but I wouldn't be able to use that as a technique to remember like which tone you were speaking in. But that's an interesting fact. I never knew that before. But then, you know, I've never tested it before. Anyway. He's late? Oh god.
พอดีพ่อพอดีผมลืมเข็มขัดไว้อะ
ไอ้ปาล์มถ้ามึงจะไปกับคุณหนึ่งเนี่ยมึงต้องมารอเขาไม่ใช่ให้เจ้านายมารอแบบนี้เข้าใจไหม
The smirk again. I can't deal with him. I'm gonna need a compilation of all the times Nuengdiao gets his way.
การใช้สมองก็สำคัญพอๆกับการใช้ร่างกาย การที่มึงรู้อีกภาษาวันหนึ่งอาจจะเป็นประโยชน์กับมึงก็ได้นะ
But everyone has different skill sets.
ไม่มีใครเอาไปได้นะ
Debatable.
แล้วถ้าเกิดโดนตีหัวครับ ถ้าโดนตีหัวสมองกระทบกระเทือนเนี่ยก็ทำให้ลืมได้เหมือนกันนะครับ
มึงกวนตีนอ่ะ ฟังไปแล้วกัน เดี๋ยวกูเป็นสมองให้ อยู่ด้วยกันจะได้พอดี
His father is the biggest problem in all of this. Enemies, uh-oh.
อย่างนั้นเดี๋ยวเราซื้อขอสุ่มเลขที่นะครับ21
He has the worst luck with being picked on.
ปันกร你造句给我听吧แต่งประโยคให้เราซื้อฟัง1ประโยคครับ
I do not miss this about school at all. I used to go so red when I got picked up. Oh, God.
พูดนะครับเด็กเส้นจากฟังประโยคคมๆอะครับ
狗嘴里吐不出象牙
很好狗嘴里吐不出象牙
狗ครับ แปลว่าสุนัข
ผลข่าว
He just protected him with his brains.
โอเค อ่ะ มีคำไหน
How is he a cheater? If his father is, how is he? This kind of brings in again like the generational aspect that they did in Bad Buddy. You know me, I've always got to get the Bad Buddy reference in somewhere. Because I was confused a lot in that show. I was like, why are they imposing their failures onto their children and bringing like this generational stuff into it? Because I don't agree with it. But that's a very big theme in Asian culture. Like families and family names are very prestigious, and there's a lot of pressure on children or younger generations to keep up the family name and make it honourable. And so because Nuengdiao's father, was it dishonourable in some way? He obviously did something. If people are calling him a cheater, there's obviously something that went wrong in the business. They're now imposing that on Nuengdiao because his father's dead. He's not here anymore. So they're bullying his son and blaming him now, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with it, but it's just the way the order goes. And I really disagree with that. I feel like your own shortcomings are your own shortcomings, and family members shouldn't be blamed for the actions of other family members, unless you're like, for example, someone got convicted of murdering someone and you still defend your son or something like that. But as it stands, it doesn't look like we or Nuengdiao really knows why his father is being called a cheater.
แล้วเหรอวะตั้งแต่พ่อมึงตายไปเนี่ยโดนพวกแม่งเล่นหนักขึ้นเรื่อยๆนะเว้ย
มันไม่ง่ายเหมือนตอนที่พ่ออยู่อะเป็นไงบ้าง กูเพิ่งเห็นได้ข่าว
เขาก็โอเคอะเรื่องของผู้ใหญ่ให้เขาจัดการอะไม่ต้องเป็นห่วงกับมึง
Don't trust you for a second. Yeah, Palm, keep an eye on this one.
แต่มึงอะหัดเปิดใจให้คนอื่นเข้ามาบ้างก็ดีนะ โลกนี้ไม่ใจร้ายขนาดนั้นหรอก
You come from two different worlds, then the world most definitely can be cruel.
อยู่บ้านเดียวกันเหรอ
Yeah, he mentioned it. He's not shady.
เป็นลูกคนขับรถที่บ้านกู แม่กูเลยให้มาเรียนด้วยกัน ไอ้ปาล์มเป็นบอดี้การ์ดมึงงี้หรอ ก็ไม่ใช่อ่ะ แค่เพื่อน ถ้ามึงต้องการเพื่อนหรือว่าคนที่ดูแลมึงได้อะกูว่ากูทำได้นะ
He's not subtle.
มึงเป็นบอดี้การ์ดเลยก็ได้นะ
Do you know how to handle a
จอห์น
gun?
วิกเลยปะมวยเป็นปะล่ะ
I'd like to see him try. He's so sweet. Love how they said this place is for the elderly. No one here looks old. Like 50s max. And I would not class that. Oh! He loves watching him play.
ชอบบรรยากาศที่นี่ชอบอะไรเก่าๆเลยขอมาด้วย
ไม่ใช่เพราะว่าแม่หนึ่งเดียวให้มึงมาดูแลมันหรอก
Oh wow.
ปล่อยให้มันได้มีชีวิตเป็นของมันบ้างเถอะ ไม่จำเป็นต้องมีบริการหรอก มันคงไม่มีใครคิดที่จะมาฆ่ามันหรอก แค่เรื่องแกล้งกันในโรงเรียนอะ
Then, well, first off, love that Palm has palm trees on his top. I remember loving that from the mock trailer too. I respect him for trying, and he's only doing this because he's jealous, so I'll let it slide. He knows nothing about Nuengdiao besides the fact that he likes playing piano and he gets bullied at school. He does not know the extent of what he has been through and what he goes through on a daily basis. Palm has this insight into Nuengdiao's life that Ben doesn't have. He has the full-on scope of what he goes through, and also it's literally his job to protect him. He can't just up and leave. Like Ben's saying, you don't need to be with him all the time. He doesn't need a bodyguard, yada yada yada. If Palm listened to him and left Nuengdiao alone a lot more, and something happened to Nueng, God only knows what would happen to Palm, or hell would break loose if Nuengdiao got hurt because Palm wasn't doing his job properly. It's not up to Ben to just say, you shouldn't be around him all the time. He doesn't need a bodyguard. You know, I can watch out for him. It's not up to him. He's literally been hired to watch out for him. Just because he's jealous, he can't dictate what happens to Nuengdiao. Like, there's this whole, like, possessiveness thing going on here because he's jealous. But, like, he's just a kid who's oblivious to the reality of what their world is, sadly. But, like, you know, I respect him for trying to worm his way in, but it's just not gonna work. He doesn't really know Nuengdiao.
แบ่งเวลาได้
Palm hates.
โอเค ไว้ใจกูหน่อยแล้วกัน กูไม่ทำร้ายหนึ่งเดียวมันหรอก
You may not hurt him, but you certainly don't have the ability to protect him like he can.
ไม่หมดเลย ทั้งแกปาล์ม
ถ้าเราเป็นคนชวน
He's killing me. He's so annoyed.
ชวนมันหรอก ไอเนี้ยไม่ใช่สายเต้น สายใช้กำลังมากกว่า
Last time I checked, dancing was a physical activity.
โอ๊ย
เล่นเป็นโนไม่เป็น เล่นเป็นโนไม่ได้ เล่นเป็นโนไม่เก่ง ถ่อมตัวสุดๆ โคตรมืออาชีพ
Sorry. I love when actors continue acting even though a scene isn't focused on them. Like, Palm doesn't have any dialogue, but Pond is still acting here and he's looking pissed off at Ben still. I love that. He could just be stood there, you know, like with a straight face, not moving because it's not his turn to say a line. He's barely in shot, but he's continuing to be like, because he hates Ben. I like it when actors continue acting even when the focus isn't on them.
มาเต้นกันไหมเดี๋ยวเราสอนเอง
ไม่เป็นไรดีกว่า
มาไปเดี๋ยวปาล์มเราช่วย
He's not good at saying no to anyone. Maggie has to notice, like, he barely looks at her. They're both so unsubtle about it. He did not just bump into them. Legit, this is the PG version of the Call Your Girlfriend scene in Scam. I mention that scene all the time from Scam because it's one of my favourites, but I love that scene so much. If you haven't seen Scam, by the way, watch it. PSA, if you're only interested in the LGBT love story, then watch seasons 3 and 4. You don't really need to watch the first 2 seasons, but you should because it's a good show. And the Call Your Girlfriend scene is in season 3 as well, so if you're interested in that, certainly go and watch it. And what I also love is how, like, the Mackie, whatever her flaming name is, and Palm's outfits are colour coordinated, and Nuengdiao and Ben's outfits are more colour coordinated. But they're not even looking at them. They're interested in each other. They're from completely different sides, wearing completely opposite colours. These are the people that might be more in tune with them and more fitting for them as people, but they're just drawn to the opposite. They're drawn to each other. And I mean, them only looking at each other during those dances highlights that. Like, I would want to die if I was dancing with someone and they were looking at someone else the whole time. Honestly, I would get embarrassment from that for the rest of my life, thinking back to that moment when I danced with someone and they were looking at someone else. Don't tell me you like Ben after that. You can't stop the intrusive thoughts. Maggie? No, it doesn't mean he likes her back, it's fine. If you can read social cues, he didn't even look at her, so don't be worried. I love how he's not even trying to convince himself otherwise. He knows who he likes. Posture actually looks really good. I know nothing about dancing, but like his fingers are together.
Non.
Wait, they share a room? I thought she let him stay because they have loads of rooms, but they share a bunk bed? Oh, good. Insight into the business.
คืออย่างนี้นะคะ คือสัญญาที่ตกลงกันไว้เนี่ย แล้วเราก็บอกแล้วด้วยนะคะว่าถ้าใครเดือดร้อนเราพร้อมที่จะเยียวยาเต็มที่ค่ะ
That's how she got injured. And is that the guy's father? I think the actor's name is Powen, but I'm not sure.
ข่าวเรื่องเวรคืนที่ดินกับแม่ ก็เลยเป็นห่วง
เรื่องแค่เนี้ยแม่จัดการได้
หนึ่งไม่อยากให้คนเกลียดแม่อะหนึ่งไม่อยากเห็นแม่โดนทำร้าย
แม่เหนื่อยเพื่อหนึ่งนะ รู้ไหม
I really hope his mum doesn't die.
แม่ดูแลตัวเองได้ และแม่ก็อยากให้หนึ่งดูแลตัวเองได้เหมือนกันนะลูก
No, but I've really got it in my head now that his mom's gonna die. It really feels like they're setting that up with her wanting him to become independent and take care of himself. Why did he learn to fire guns? He's definitely had practice before.
เพราะว่าเวลาผมออกเรือ ผมก็จะพกปืนไว้ตลอด กันไว้ว่ามีโจรมาปล้นน่ะ
Right.
ผมไม่ได้ใช้ความเกลียดเป็นเป้าหมาย แต่เวลาที่ผมยิงเนี่ย ผมกำลังคิดว่าผมปกป้องใครสักคนอยู่ เป็นคนที่ผมรัก เป็นคนที่ผมรู้สึกผมแคร์เขามากๆ ความรักอ่ะ มันมีพลังมากกว่าความเกลียดเยอะนะครับ
I hope that's the ending quote at the end of the episode.
หนึ่งมีไหมครับ
His mum.
คุณหนึ่งลองเล็งดูนะครับ เรานึกว่าคุณหนึ่งกำลังปกป้องแม่คุณหนึ่งอยู่
รักมากที่สุดไหม
Must be him then. He's cagey about it. There was last episode saying I think Nuengdiao's the one that's fallen hardest, but maybe it's Palm. Oh god. Oh, the secret's gonna be out in no time.
เอาว่าใจดีนะ ส่งมึงไปเรียนโรงเรียนเดียวกับไอ้หนึ่งเดียว แล้วกูก็สัญญาด้วยว่ากูจะไม่บอกใครโรงเรียนนะมึงมีอะไรมึงปรึกษากูได้เลยนะเว้ย
Chopper is so nice.
ไอ้ปาล์มมันเรียนห้องเดียวกับผมนะพ่อ
Oh
คือ
god.
ปาล์มเป็นเรื่องนี้ไอ้ชานนท์มันเอาตังค์ที่ไหนส่งลูกเรียนโรงเรียนแพงๆไง
Are you dumb? Put the pieces together.
ไปเยอะ
จะได้ช่วยต่อชีวิตได้บ้าง
You're talking so freely about this in front of people, you weirdo. That's gonna get stolen. This is Palm's happy place.
ถ้าเลือกได้มึงอยู่ในสระทั้งวันเลยใช่ไหมมีความสุขนะมึงอ่ะ
วันที่คุณหนึ่งเล่นเปียโนไง
เดี๋ยวนี้ย้อนกูเนาะ
Peng yo.
แต่คุณหนึ่งก็ขี้บ่นเอง
มึงนะพอได้โอกาสอ่ะย้อนเลยนะ
So friendly.
ผมเป็นคนใช้บ้านคุณหนึ่ง
มันมาคุยกับมึงเหรอ
He didn't actually use that
กู
term.
ไม่ได้ตั้งใจนะ
คุณหนึ่งจะเรียกอะไรผมก็ได้ทั้งนั้นอ่ะ ไม่ถือครับ
He really doesn't view him like that. He put a GPS on it. Oh my god. The perks of being rich. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be the guy he was swimming with.
ไอ้หนึ่ง
You rat.
กูกะแล้วต้องเป็นมึง กูก็สงสัยมาสักพักแล้ว เลยลองถอดสร้อยให้มึงเห็น แล้วก็ติด GPS ไว้
It was all a plan.
พวกที่โกงชาวบ้านขึ้นมา สั่งฆ่ากูเหรอ
พ่อกูไม่ได้โกง
Okay, he is defending
กูนึก
him.
ว่าเราเป็นเพื่อนกันนี่
That's a little bit more justification as to why they're doing it, but you know, not enough.
เพราะว่าโคตรพ่อโคตรแม่มึงไง
Yeah, it has to be to do with the business.
พ่อมันเหี้ย ลูกก็ควรได้รับสิ่งเหี้ยๆด้วย
Just because he was, it doesn't mean he is. This is evidence of people that act based on hatred instead of love.
เจ๋งนะกะเจ๋งนะกะ
Ah!
ใหม่ มึงยุ่งอะไรวะ
Oh my god, get that boy out of there. That is a child. He actually looks like 12. Get him out of there.
จะปกป้องมันทำไม เป็นลูกน้องมันเหรอ
Oh, okay, everyone's finding out.
หรือว่าแฟน
Oh.
มีแฟนสุดหล่อมาปกป้องว่ะ
Okay, homophobia exists in this
ได้
universe then.
ถ้ามึงอยากเสือกอะนะ แน่จริงมึงก็เข้ามาดิ
Bring on the whole franchise. You're never gonna win. Oh, lucky they've got those mats there. Oh no. Nuengdiao, you might have to pull your finger out a bit here. Oh my god, what the hell is wrong with you? Okay. Oh! Oh my god, okay. That's enough. He deserves it, but like, I don't need to kill him. So he's thinking about the person he wants to protect. It's 100% Nuengdiao. Necklace is gone.
ตอนนี้ภูมิมัน
See, Ben, if Palm took your advice, what would you have done in that situation? There's no way he could have protected him like he just
ประ
did.
มาณนั้นนะ
มันมีภาพไปภูมิหลุดมา สภาพมันเละเลย ตอนเนี้ยคนทั้งโรงเรียนน่าจะกลัวมึงหมดแล้วมั้ง
Might work in your favor.
กลัวผมไหมครับ
ไม่อะ
คนที่ผมต้องห่วงอ่ะ คือคุณหนึ่งไงครับ
That's low-key a confession.
บาดแผลนะมาถึงจะเรียนรู้คราวหลังมึงก็ไม่ต้องปกป้องกูขนาดนั้นก็ได้
Yeah, but you did get hurt in that situation too. You both got injured. If he had left you alone, you might have died.
นี่มึงไปเอาคืนมาตอนไหนอะ
ก็ตอนที่ผมต่อยกับภูมิแหละครับ พอมีจังหวะผมก็กระชากมันออกมาเลย
That must mean that he noticed, because he couldn't have known that his necklace went missing because he didn't tell him that beforehand, so he must have noticed it, which must mean that he's also paid attention to it on Nuengdiao, like he's really like taken in every part of Nuengdiao to recognize that that was his necklace.
ได้ไหมอะกูอยากมีคนคุยด้วย
See, they really do seem like they're friends now. They're actually talking to each
เจอเรื่อง
other
แบบนี้บ่อย
like normal people.
นี่มึงเป็นชาบง
They're learning more about each other too. Oh, be there for a friend whenever, wherever, and whatever the circumstances. Was that not the same quote as episode 2? Oh.
ห้องกูก็ใหญ่นะ เวลาอยู่คนเดียวก็เหงา ถ้าให้มึงขึ้นมานอนด้วยอะก็ยังเหลือ
Oh my gosh, shut up. They 100% have another room that Palm could sleep in. See, my first thought when it comes to any of these moments is I want to know what Palm's dad's reaction would be when he finds out that Nuengdiao wants him to sleep in his room, in his bed.
ห้องกูก็ใหญ่นะ เวลาอยู่คนเดียวก็เหงา ถ้าให้มึงขึ้นมานอนด้วยอะก็ยังเหลือห้องอีกเยอะ
ถ้ามึงชอบมันจริงๆเนี่ยมึงควรหาทางบอกมันนะเว้ย
กู
Oh.
จูบมึงได้ไหม
Oh. Oh my god. Oh no, Chopper is like high-key stealing my heart. Oh, I really thought he was going to be a bitter person, but he's really not. He's like egging him on to tell his crush he likes him, because he doesn't have the strength to do it himself.
ถ้ามึงชอบ
I've
มัน
so
จ
been
ริง
in
ๆเนี่ย
that position before.
มึงควรหาทางบอกมันนะเว้ย
กู
And he's actually gonna do it. He asks for a kiss.
มึงเต้นกับคนอื่นได้ มึงเต้นกับกูไม่ได้อะฮะ
อะไรของมึงวะเนี่ย
Oh. Oh. I can already tell next episode is gonna be my favourite so far. That has like everything. I'm jealous Nuengdiao again.
อะไรของมึงวะเนี่ย
And that scene from the trailer as well. I'm guessing that after the next episode will be when they start going to the beach. Because they'll probably have to like go on the run somewhere and hide out for a bit because Nuengdiao is in danger, Ben. That will be proof for you. Unless Ben doesn't go because Nuengdiao rejects him, but you know, we'll see. Oh, next episode looks so good. But this episode was so good too. See, now that I've watched 2 at once, I want to just like watch another one, but I can't because there's a wait. So a quarter of the way through this show now, which is really weird to think about. And it hasn't faltered. I think each episode has been as strong as the last. It doesn't feel like they're wasting any time, as I said. Like every scene feels relevant. They didn't drag out the like Pum being the bully for a long time. I thought, you know, maybe they're gonna drag on him being nice to him for the whole show, and then at the very end they'll reveal that he's a traitor, which they might end up doing with Ben. Because, you know, they're making us question Ben at the beginning, then we'll forget about it, and then Ben might turn out to be a really big villain. But I don't think Ben will be. Like, we've had this suspicion over Ben, or Palm has had this suspicion over Ben. I'm settling that I think Ben is lovely. I think Ben just has a crush on Nuengdiao, and you know, he has to be a nice character if Chopper is going to be his love interest, like, because it's a side couple, they can't, unless they both turn out to be villains, he has to be a nice guy. So I think Ben is nice. I think Chopper is really nice as well. I love Chopper. I think he's so nice, and especially considering who his father is, it's really surprising how nice he is. And I love that he was open with his dad about saying, I don't want any part of the business. I don't want to be the next leader. Leave it to them. It's their business. Like, he says this to him, but his father just won't listen. And his father is putting this poisonous ideologies inside of his head, telling him, oh, you have to listen to me. You have to do what I ask of you. And he's just not going to be free. So I would really love it if Chopper is the one that takes down his father in the end. I think that would be amazing. Divine justice. And as he said, he's not a sibling. Don't know where his mother is, but he said that he doesn't have any siblings. So like, he would kind of be free from it all. And you know, he'd be able to just live independently. When you've got a family that's toxic like that, you know, you're more than welcome to leave them. You've got to do what's best for you. Sometimes it's for the best to just rid people like that. I'm really worried that Tanya is gonna die. See, one of my theories in the first episode that she killed her husband, or got her husband killed because she wanted the business. Now I really don't believe that's the case, because she doesn't seem like she's enjoying being the CEO. I think she's gonna die. I think Palm and Nuengdiao will have a happy ending, but I don't think it's going to be a happy ending, because I think Nuengdiao is going to lose his mother in the process, and he'll be an orphan by the end of it, which is awful, completely awful. And if she dies, I know how much I'm going to cry. If any of them die, to be honest, like Palm or Nuengdiao, a lot of people have been saying they want Palm to die, and I'm not a sadist. I'm not wanting Palm to die. Like, if you like sad endings, good for you, but I'm not one of those people. There's enough sad endings to things, or enough character deaths in TV show. I know that's a rarity for BL. BL is always really happy, isn't it? And that's what I like about it. There isn't sad endings, because there's so many sad endings in like Western media, especially when it comes to LGBT stories. Like, if you've watched any LGBT Western film, likelihood is it ends in tragedy, and I've seen enough of that. I want to see the happy endings, but you know, some people are rooting for a sad ending. I'm personally not one of those people. But I think Tanya's gonna die. I don't know how it's gonna end in terms of the business and stuff, so I'm not gonna theorize on that, but I think she'll die. I'm so excited for the next episode. I think Maggie is really sweet as well. She's very oblivious, but you know, it's a TV character. They have to be. Literally, Palm did not even look her way at all. I'm really excited to see what the theme of next episode is, because we've had father, friends, and now enemies. What's the next one gonna be? Unrequited love, maybe? If Ben is going after Nueng, and then Nueng is going after Palm, and Maggie's after Palm, maybe it'll be unrequited love. It's a small luxury, but I like it when these shows have episode titles, because that's what I'm used to with shows. Like, I hate that Netflix shows don't have episode titles. It's a bugbear of mine. I really enjoy looking at the episode titles after I've watched something and see how it relates to the episode, but Netflix doesn't like to do that, and these BLs don't like to do that either. But thank you, P. Jojo, for giving us episode titles, because I do love seeing how it ties in. My favourite scene of episode 3 was probably, gosh, there was a lot in this episode actually. The dancing scene. The dancing scene, basically the whole second part, the dancing scene, and then afterwards when Nueng was like looking at pictures of Ben and smiling, but then Palm came into his brain. It was like he was trying to convince himself to like Ben because he thinks that Palm likes Maggie because he's an idiot. But then it flashed to Palm, and Palm wasn't even trying to convince himself. He knew who he liked. He was just like Nuengdiao, then visualized himself dancing with him. Like, he is definitely self-aware of his feelings, and I love that for him. But I mean, this whole episode was kind of my favourite scene. I really loved both episodes. They were both great. Really, they were on par with the first episode. I thought this show was going to start off on a high, with the first episode being the best, but they've all been just as good. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching my reaction to episodes 2 and 3 of Never Let Me Go. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to Never Let Me Go, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for episode 4. Bye!